Hey, this is Coach Chandler with Thrive Now Wellness, and I am here with a long overdue video for the green drink that I have almost every day when I am actually home. And people always ask me for a how to, even though I share the recipe often. So here we go. When I gather my ingredients, I like to clean them with 35% food grade hydrogen peroxide. So that is what you see here in the center in the bottle. That's hydrogen peroxide, 35% food grade. And I'll show you how I do that. Here's the ingredients that I use for this particular green drink. I use fresh watercress, dandelion, moringa, sage, oregano, culantro, not cilantro, but I do use that, but culantro, which is different, sunflower sprouts, pea sprouts when I can find them, dill, parsley, and cilantro. I use all of these ingredients fresh. Once I get all of my ingredients together, I put them in a large bowl or a large pot. I add water. And then I pour in about a cap to a cap and a half of the 35% food grade hydrogen peroxide. Handle that peroxide with care because it is very strong. So I wash the vegetables for a few minutes, the way that you see me doing here in the video. And then I drain all of that water off, and I normally will rinse the vegetables at least one or two more times, depending on how the water looks. If the water is still colored, still stuff in it, I'll do it twice. Then I move on to my next step, which is blending. I like to use these blenders. It's easy to clean. I don't like putting out my Vitamix, so this is what I use. I like this particular brand because they have a free plastic vessel for it. I'm working to get away from plastic. I'm largely glass in my house. But some tools still have plastic, and this is one of them. The next step is where the magic happens. After blending for a few seconds or minutes, I pour the contents of that was in the blender into a bowl and I get a strainer. I strain it. I will get a spoon or a fork, spatula sometimes, and I will drain all of the pulp. I'll work with the pulp to get the excess liquid out of it. I often will get that pulp, put it back into the blender, add more water, and then I will blend that again. And when I do that, I get about 32 ounces of the green drink. When I have it, I normally will have, if I'm alone, I have the entire 32 ounces. If there are people around, I will share. Another tip that I want to share cost wise, because I always get people that are concerned about cost. Here's a tip. I buy everything from a farmer's market or a local international market because if I go to the grocery store, for example, to get oregano, a very small amount of oregano that has maybe 4 or 5 sprigs, maybe $3 or $4, whereas I could go to an international market or a farmer's market and get a full bunch of it that I can use over multiple days for less than $2. So that's something to think about for more tips, more recipes, and to just follow more of what I'm doing. Go to thrivenowwellness.com and stay tuned here on YouTube. I hope this helps. Enjoy.